right, team, we've got a special one for you. This is my healthy lemon meringue pie. Fun fact, a lemon meringue pie was one of the first dishes I ever created. We had a lemon tree in our backyard, a big old plateau in the northern beaches of Sydney. And so some afternoons Dad would go pick up the fresh lemons and use them for all sorts of things. One of which is curd. That's one thing you'll see in here. And that's how it became one of my first dishes I ever created, so it was a lemon meringue pie. Here is a different version. I've taken some of that nostalgicness, created 3 different elements and made it a little bit healthier, but oh so tasty. So let's start by creating our crust. Unlike traditional short crust pastry, we're gonna do a really simple mix press situation. Makes it a little bit easier for you guys at home too. So with these ingredients, we're gonna chuck them all into a food processor or a blender if you have them. Oats, along with our walnuts. You can use mixed nuts, anything you really like in that category. Texture, taste, nuttiness. We have our natural sweetener in our maple syrup. You can also use honey if you wish. And then our coconut oil, the good fats, the thing that's gonna help bind it together and seal it. Add a pinch of salt. And then just get this puppy started. Well, that's the crust done. Mix, combined, and press like now. So I have here a springform pan. What this is gonna allow us to do, make it really simple to remove our lovely pie out of its casing. So for example, just by doing that, it comes out. What you don't wanna do is have it so it's really difficult to kind of scoop out the edges. Simply release, just like that, open it wider, and it pulls and lifts. So if you can have a springform pan, it makes life a lot easier. That is a dough if I ever saw one. This might not be enough. Because the coconut oil will melt in your hands, I'm trying to get as much of this done with a spoon. Once I'm happy, and I've got most of that part done, I'll move on to just spreading with the beautiful, delicate hands. Now put this in the freezer for about 30 minutes whilst you create your filling. So the crust is setting, so it's time to create our delicious, colorful filling. To do that, you're gonna need a saucepan. Your typical curd for your meringue pie would be sugar, butter, yolks, and obviously lemon. But I'm gonna do something a little bit different, bit of DC attitude in this one that you guys are gonna, really appreciate. So take your lid off. We've got ourselves our maple syrup. You can also use honey. We've got coconut cream. So I haven't shaken this can yet. Don't shake your coconut milk can. By having that separation, they can help with the thickening part of stock, curries, in this case, lemon meringue pie. In goes your maple syrup. We're gonna add some turmeric, fantastic for anti-inflammatory properties, along with the coconut cream that I was telling you about earlier. So you can see it's quite solid. So I'm just gonna use a spoon. See, very solid. Gonna add that in. Coconut milk or coconut cream, the thickening part, is actually a fantastic source of fat for you. Yes, it is saturated fat, but it's a fantastic one. So we've got those 2 beautiful things in there, along with our lovely turmeric. Let's get our roll on, and we're gonna zest 3 lemons. I'm just gonna take this off the heat a little bit. It's starting to have a bit of too much fun. Now, a typical recipe would probably be, maybe 1 or 2 lemons, but being a Churchill, Greg Churchill was known for loving his citrus, so this is a bit of a respectful thing to my dad. Whenever we made lemon meringue pie, he always added 3 times the amount of lemons we were meant to. So a bit of zest, and already you can smell those beautiful citric notes coming through from the zest, and the oils, because once you actually take some of the zest out, the natural oils from the skin burst. Slice our lemons in half, so we can again get the beautiful amount of juice out of them. So going like this, just get some juice. Yeah, super citric, and it's quite nutty as well, and you're gonna get that from the coconut milk. So that's really come together. You can see it's quite a glaze now. Now, a big part of that is the natural sugars out of the maple, the honey starting to get attacked by that heat. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna allow it to take off the heat, allow it to cool for a little bit, give it about 2 minutes. Whilst we're doing that, let's get on to separating some eggs, because the yolk at this point becomes super important. Separating eggs, a lot of fun and games, a lot of different ways you can do it. I'll show you the way that I like to do it. So clean, press, and separate carefully, catching one to one side. Allow the excess part of the white to come off, just like that, it rolls off. Do it a couple of times, just go in between, see a little bit more. All right, team, come over here. So you can check this out and you can see what I mean. As it's cooled, it's actually thickened slightly. You can see the bottom, kind of got a nice little glossy shine to it. Now, this is where we give it a bit of an assist. And what we do is we add some fat to it, which helps cool it and helps solidify it even more. So that's where we're adding in our coconut oil. All right, and then you're gonna whisk in our yolks. Just get yourself a fork, nice and easy. Nice ribbon consistency, there you go. And add that in. So back to the heat this goes. What happens when you add eggs to heat? They start to coagulate. So you start to see this thicken even more. This is the part where you're looking to see your spoon to be able to coat it and it doesn't move too much. All right, see that? It moves a little bit, so we're almost there. We want it to be nice and thick. So it's been about 8 minutes and you look down here, I've taken off the heat. It is super thick, like, look at that, it's beautiful. There you have lemon curd, healthy style. So you can make this for any dish you want, but you can see just a little bit of TLC and you're away, beautiful and thick. So on that note, it's time to get our pie crust. Look at this legend, he's having a bit of fun. So just in front of your eyes right here, just gonna pour your curd on top. So push it right to the edge. Now it's time for that to set in the fridge for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes, what are we gonna do? Got the perfect idea. It's time to make that meringue. So the art to making meringue is for every 6 whites, it's about 1 cup of sugar. We've got here some coconut sugar, nice nectar goodness. And what you actually do is whisk your eggs till it gets to a soft peak. If you don't have a mix master, it's totally fine. Using your hand is something I used to do all the time. So Dad is probably hating me right now seeing me use any form of mechanical machinery. And what you're looking for is start to create some soft peaks like that. So this is where you start adding your sugar in. Yeah, silky smooth. That's what we're talking about. That is your meringue, really simple. 2 ingredients, whip, get it to a soft peak, add your sugar gradually, boom, glossy goodness. Okay, super soft, gelatinous, but oh so good. Check it. So you can see it's stabilized. As it's cooled, it's thickened as well. Now we grab our lovely meringue full of coconut sugar goodness and just start to layer on top. Boom. Let's put it under a broiler. So set your broiler or your salamander, put it to high. 3 to 4 minutes, that's all it needs, and you're just looking for a little golden edge. Let's go, team. Golden goodness. Look at the crust. Looks like it's been hanging in the Miami sun for a little bit. Nice little bit of crunch to the top. So that took about 30 seconds. I said 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure you check your oven, or your broiler in that instance. Leave the door open as well, just it's more easy to control the heat. Lift. Wow. Talk about lemon meringue pie wins, my friends. Healthy style, of course. If you like what you see, give us the thumbs up. If you have anything to add or have a question for me, comment down below. You'll also see the ingredients for this and the recipe down here or on my website. And of course, if you want more healthy wins, make sure you hit subscribe because we've got plenty of this tasty goodness coming your way every single week. I'm DC. I'll catch you next week, my friends. Bye.
Darling, my heart was yours.